Welcome to this video on collecting and submitting your workbook. I'm Robin Weeks, one of the members of the Glenside Innovation team at UE. This video will guide you through the steps you need to take in order to collect your workbook in PebblePad, as well as submitting your workbook ready for assessment. In this video we will cover how sharing for assessment works, where to pick up your workbook, how and when to share for assessment, and what you need to do next. You should only need to carry out the following steps once, and for most courses, your workbook will be the only item you'll submit in the PebblePad system. Please bear in mind that this guide does not cover the specifics of your course, so check with your UE tutor to find out if there's anything more that you will be doing in PebblePad. Collecting your workbook and sharing for assessment is a two-in-one process. When you collect your workbook, you will also submit it for assessment at the same time. By submitting for assessment at the beginning, you will give your UE tutor access to your workbook. As you complete your workbook, your UE tutor will be able to view your live copy, which will help both you and your tutor monitor progress and identify areas that you need to work on. Your UE tutor will also be able to make comments and give feedback through PebblePad. You do not need to worry about submitting your workbook on deadline day. As long as you followed the steps I'm about to show you, your workbook will be ready for your UE tutor to mark once the deadline has passed. This is how you collect your workbook and submit for assessment. We're going to start from the home page, so if you're not sure about how to log into PebblePad, then please watch the first video in this series called Introducing PebblePad. From the home page, click on Resources. Your UE tutor can provide you with the title of your workbook, and you should find it near the top of the list. However, you may also need to scroll. Once you have located your workbook, you can then click on it to open. The first time you open your workbook, you will see a tab called Auto Share with a tick button that reads, "To share for assessment, I agree to the terms of usage." Tick to agree, then click Continue. As soon as you have clicked to agree, then click the blue Save button at the top of the page. Your workbook has now been submitted and is ready to work on. At the top of the workbook you should see a blue ribbon that says, "This asset has been shared for assessment." If you don't see this notification, then refresh the page. If it's still not there, then follow the steps again and make sure that you save at the end. The next time you log in, you can open your workbook from the Asset Store. You can continue to work on your workbook until your deadline. Once the deadline has passed, you will still be able to type into your workbook. However, any changes or additions that you make will not be viewable by your UE tutor. If you have not done so already, you can now follow the steps to collect and submit your workbook. If you have already followed the steps, then take the opportunity to start exploring your workbook. If your workbook has an About Me section or similar, you can now start to fill in sections. The Introducing PebblePad video will help you get more familiar with the basics, and you can find out how to upload evidence or share your workbook with an external assessor in our other videos.